Now let's dive into our featured story of the day and discuss 150,000 per Bitcoin incoming. Send it, predicts hedge fund veteran Mark Yusko. I'm going to be sharing his exact timeline. And welcome everyone just joining the stream. We greatly appreciate y'all's support. CEO and founder of Morgan Creek Capital, Mark Yusko, says the Bitcoin bull market just getting started. In a new interview with the Wolf of Wall Street's YouTube channel, Scott Melker, Yusko says the Bitcoin could hit the six-figure price by mid next year, a figure he notes will double Bitcoin's fair value. And according to Yusko, the fair value of Bitcoin is estimated based on its network effects or the number of the Bitcoin users and miners. And I want to stop there. According to Max Kaiser, the fair value of Bitcoin right now is over $400,000 per coin. And I agree with that, because where else are you going to find unconfiscatable wealth that is incorruptible, immutable, and borderless? Good luck with that one. And with a finite limited supply, hence why it's perfect money. But quoting Yusko, it is possible the Bitcoin's fair value goes to 75 or 80,000 this bull cycle. But let's just say 75,000. So then the investors have been buying all this time up to the fair value. Now we have new people, we have traders, we have speculators. Because the hedgers are selling, the gamblers haven't even shown up yet. Once they show up and once the leverage starts, then we go right through the fair value, right past 75,000. And in history, we go to 2.3x. I don't think we'll go 2.3 times this cycle, because I think there's less leverage. I think we go 2x fair value, and that's $150,000. So sometime between Thanksgiving this year and June of the following year, that's when we'll see new all-time highs. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the veteran investor. The hedge fund vet, however, says the Bitcoin and other crypto assets are likely to undergo a severe correction between now and the new all-time high for BTC. Quoting him again, we haven't even gotten to crypto fall. That doesn't happen till June. The halving is still yet to come, and we have one more, let's call it SpaceX-like explosion that was planned after the Ides of March before tax season this year. There is one more selling wave that's coming. Let me know if you agree or disagree with his prediction, and to watch the video he did with the Wolf of Wall Street, check the show notes below the video in the description. Now, let's discuss realistically where Bitcoin is likely heading this year in 2024. Personally, I see price discovery, no brainer, easy peasy. Price discovery means new all-time high. The current all-time high we tapped back on November 10th of 2021, which was roughly $69,000, which was the year after the halving of 2020. And rewinding back in time, the first Bitcoin halving to ever occur was 2012, and it was in 2013. Massive parabolic rise, thousands of percentage, like crazy, right? Now, in 2016, we had the second halving, and again, it was the year preceding the halving. In 2017, we peaked out, hit the all-time high around Christmas time. I remember, because I rented a house, or a mansion, I should say, for my family at this time, and it was pretty lit. And I remember, oh my God, Bitcoin is at $20,000. This is crazy. Because when I got involved in 2017, Bitcoin was only $1,500. So it was mind-boggling to me to see Bitcoin run up like that. Then, lo and behold, in 2020, like clockwork, next halving, and by the time of 2021, we hit the all-time high. And I recall going from less than 20,000 to 69,000 within 60 days. So I know how fast Bitcoin can rip when that time comes and the FOMO kicks in. What's different this particular cycle that we didn't have previous cycles? Number one, you didn't have no ETFs. The ETFs just got approved and started trading January 11th, roughly a month ago. And right now, the demand for the ETFs is eating up 12.5x the daily issuance being rewarded to the miners. Soon, in 58 days, we get a Bitcoin halving. The miner rewards get chopped in half. That's going to be 25x the demand just from the top 2 asset managers with ETFs. That doesn't include the other 9 ETFs. That doesn't include the Hong Kong ETF, which is going to be launched soon. That doesn't include the ETF, which we're going to see out of El Salvador or any other ETFs from any of the other nations. You know what I mean? That doesn't include sovereign wealth fund adoption. We already have talk of potentially Qatar converting a $500 billion sovereign wealth fund into the King crypto. What do you think that would do to the Bitcoin price? What about Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, one of the wealthiest nations, right? They have the largest oil company in the world, recently partnered with the largest bank of Japan, SBI Holdings. They're getting into digital assets. This doesn't add into the picture the fact that we could have more nation state adoption, very probable this year. It could be coming from countries like Colombia, which has a population of 40 million. Did you know the president of Colombia is already a Bitcoiner? I know this for fact because I saw the receipts. I've shared the receipts here on the show. Samson Mao of Jan 3 orange pilled the president of Colombia and gifted him 100,000 Satoshis on a hardware wallet. So the president is a Bitcoiner, right? Does that include, what about Senator Indira Kempis in Mexico? What if Mexico were to convert and turn Bitcoin into a legal tender? Suriname, another nation just north of Brazil, small nation, 750,000 population. They're looking to take 1% of their central bank reserves and put it into Bitcoin. How many other countries, nation states, are going to follow in the footprints of Bukele and El Salvador? All this has to be taken into consideration. One more big factor, supply shock. Very limited number of Bitcoin on the exchanges. The massive institutions that need this Bitcoin for their ETF, they're gonna run dry. And when they run dry, it means 80% of the Bitcoin holdings are in the hands of the long-term hodlers who are unwilling to sell, people like you and I, which means the price is going to have to go up in order for them to acquire more Bitcoin. This is going to create a supply shock and a demand shock in the same year in 2024. Shout out Mr. Fix. I appreciate you subbing to the #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. There's just so many bullish catalysts, and there's other things that I'm probably missing. This is just off the top of the head, freestyle style, if you know what I mean. So I couldn't be more bullish right now. In my humble belief, 6 figures this year, a very strong possibility. But I am still a firm believer that it's going to be the year preceding the halving in 2025 in this case, where we hit the cycle peak. I can see a multiple 6-figure Bitcoin price. JV's prediction is anywhere between $222,000 and $500,000 per Bitcoin, with 222,000 being my more bearish scenario and 500 being the more bullish scenario. But let me know your thoughts, family, in the live chat, and I'll read these comments out loud